Greetings. My name is Danette Bean. I am a doctor of Eastern medicine who specializes in women's health, here to help improve wellness on your perimenopause journey. And today I'm answering a very frequently asked question of how to know if you are in perimenopause. And so, first, I want to say that perimenopause means around menopause, and it is the transition uh, of a woman towards no longer having a menstrual cycle. And it typically happens in our 40s, but for certain, it can start happening in our 30s and go into our 50s. And perimenopause is a time like no other because when we first got our periods, it's very clear. You're bleeding, you got your period, right? For those who've been pregnant, you take a test, it's very clear. The test reveals, yes, you're pregnant, or, it will just show that, right? But with perimenopause, the signs and symptoms can really vary. And so, even with these signs and symptoms, signs that I am about to discuss, they may or may not be true for you because it can really vary with each woman. And so without further ado, 5 signs that you might be in perimenopause. So, sign number one, irregular periods, right? For those of us whose cycles would come like clockwork, like we knew without a question that it was coming on day 28 or day 27, whatever it was always like that. And then all of a sudden you start noticing, like, it's coming, it's taking longer for my cycle to come, or it's coming more quickly, even. That could be a sign that you are in perimenopause. If you're someone whose cycle has never been like clockwork, then it may be a bit more challenging. But if you have been charting your cycles, which I think it's a great thing for all of us to do, then you may notice, like, oh, my cycle, you know, may have come like 40 days, but now it's going even longer. Like, it never comes this long. It never takes this long to come. Um, then it could be a sign that you are in perimenopause. Okay, sign number 2, mood. You are noticing that you're having more mood swings, more irritability, and before it might have been like, oh, okay, I can tell this is me feeling like how I feel before my cycle. This is PMS. But that time that it used to be extends um, much, longer than what it would be. And there's so much going on in the world and so much that can be going on in our lives. So obviously that can impact things as well. But if you're noticing that, the amount of time that you are feeling more irritable, um, more more sensitive, more easy to cry, when that would always happen maybe a few days or a week before your cycle, and now it's lengthening, that could be a sign. And it's so important for all of us to really, really be taking excellent care of our mental health. And it's really, really important to make sure that you're doing that during the time of perimenopause. Okay, sign number 3 that you may be in perimenopause is the ever popular hot flash, right? That's what people always think of when they hear menopause, right? But we're not talking about menopause, we're talking about perimenopause. But nevertheless, people oftentimes will think of um, hot flashes, and those flashes can happen with sweating, without sweating. It could happen during the day, it could happen during the night. For some women, it's during the day and night. So that hot flashes could be a sign that you are in perimenopause. Okay, sign number 4, sleep disturbances. So, sign number 4 that you might be in perimenopause. Sign number 4 that you may be in perimenopause is sleep disturbances. To me, this is the roughest one. I mean, all of them, there are things that may not make the list that may be very rough for you. But to me, this is the roughest one because when you do a lot during the day and then your body needs to recharge. And if you don't have the opportunity to get sleep, like good sleep, that's like really rough. And I've seen that really affect a lot of things for women. Energy levels, mood, like sleep is so, so important. So, for a lot of women, it seems some women it may be difficulty falling asleep, but most women, what I've noticed is that it's usually okay falling asleep, but then waking up during the night and it being harder to get back to sleep. And so in Eastern medicine, when we think about the day, the day, like the light part of the day, that part of the day is more yang, and then the nighttime is what we say is yin. And so this process of perimenopause, there's a downward shift in our yin energy, and so um, it makes sense that this could happen at night. So sleep disturbances, difficulty getting back to sleep, difficulty with your sleep could definitely be a sign that you're in perimenopause. And sign number 5 that you may be in perimenopause is that you are having what's called urogenital symptoms. So uro is urinary, genitals, genitals. So urinary could be that you're finding it harder to hold your pee, right? It's harder to hold your urine, or it's really, it's easier for you to get urinary tract infections. Or um, if you're having sex, you notice that it's easier to feel discomfort, or potentially maybe have some vaginal dryness, but it's just you notice that things feel different there. Um, and so those are the 5 signs. There are more, but those are the top 5 that I will say. There are other things like weight changes and changes that can happen in terms of cholesterol levels and a lot, but I just wanted to go with like 5 ones that could easily be recognized. And I think it's just, so many women, so many times will just feel like falling apart. Oh my God, I'm just falling apart. Like, what is happening to me? Help me. What is happening? And I think it's important to know that our hormones control and everything, right? They influence so many different things, and so the fluctuations can cause all sorts of different issues. Some of which I've listed, some of which I haven't, some of which may be individual to you. And so, some people may notice that they have new issues that they never experienced before. Others, it may be like, oh, I had this before, but now it's worse. Some people it's memory, some people it's energy, some people it's weight management. So, this is why it's really important that you have the tight, dope medical squad. That's really important that you have a good medical squad that you feel comfortable speaking with, that that's working for you. Good primary care physician, a good gynecologist, well women's care practitioner, great Eastern medicine doctor, acupuncturist. I am a big fan of acupuncture. I've been an acupuncturist for more than 20 years, and I've seen how it can really be beneficial to us women for so many things, but during the time of perimenopause, it can be helpful in so many ways. So I practice in Brooklyn, New York, but I also do virtual consultations for people um, who do not live in the tri-state area. And there's so much that Eastern medicine, in addition to acupuncture, or even separate from acupuncture, because I have patients who've never made it to Brooklyn, but who've done virtual consultations with Eastern medicine, has been looking at how to support women through all of the different stages that we go through, and has so much to offer for the time of perimenopause. So if you would like to schedule a consultation at the time of this video, I am taking new patients. That could change, but at this time, I am. So you could go to the link in the description, and also I have a free resource that's coming out to help support you on your perimenopause journey. So to join the wait list, you would go to the link in the description as well. All right, so if this has been helpful to you, take excellent care, love being a woman, and see you next time.